Zccm Investments Holdings plc, Zccm-Ih, is an investment holding company with significant investments in Zambia's mining industry. Our vision at Zccm Investments Holdings is to be Zambia's leading investments company. We are committed to maximizing shareholder value with due regard to the interests of all stakeholders. As a company, we are guided by these 5 values. 1. Integrity.
My name is Abigail Kabajere, and I believe if there's one value I could teach to live by, it would be integrity. Because you see, success comes and goes, but integrity is forever. I also believe that integrity means doing the right thing at all times and in all circumstances, whether or not anybody is watching.
Professionalism.
Professionalism does not mean carrying a briefcase or wearing a suit. Rather, it means conducting oneself in a manner which is appropriate and acceptable, with integrity, accountability, honesty, and excellence. Whatever the industry, from customer service to an office job to construction, each of these jobs require a high level of professionalism. A professional worker will report for work on time. A professional worker will dress appropriate for the job, will look smart, clean, and neat. In a customer service setup, a professional worker like myself, I'll have to be welcoming to the visitors. I need to welcome them with a smile. I need to be clear in the way I explain issues to them. I need to be polite, and I need to make them feel so welcome. And that is exactly what we at Zccm Investments Holdings endeavor to do in all our operations.
Teamwork.
One of our values in Zccm Investment Holdings is teamwork. Teamwork entails that we work in teams, more so that we've got professionals drawn from various disciplines, and inevitably we find ourselves from time to time as we carry out our work working in teams. One of the areas in which we do demonstrate our commitment to teamwork is social football, which we take part in over the weekends, and a number of colleagues actually finding it as a good platform to not only demonstrate teamwork but also to keep fit. And like the acronym TEAM, together everyone achieves more.
Accountability.
We at Zccm, we believe in accountability. We take it very seriously. Like in my job, I have to make sure that all our suppliers are paid on time. And all governance bills have to be met on time, because this is very important.
Innovation.
At Zccm, we believe in being innovative, because in the current global economy, you always have to come up with new ways of doing things, new processes of reviewing our investments, and also we want to maximize our returns to the shareholders, so we are always innovating. And an example I'd want to give is what we are doing at Mamba Collieries, through the introduction of a new way of generating thermal energy using the circulating fluidized bed combustion technology, which will ensure there is minimal environmental pollution, as this technology is very environmentally friendly. At Dollar Lime, we are also doing away with the old vertical kiln, which was which was powered by HFOs, which were very costly to the company. We are now constructing a new vertical kiln, which will be powered by coal, and we believe this will increase the profits for our shareholders as the efficiencies are improved at Dollar Line. We've also cleaned up our balance sheets in the recent past, and we are now ready to go into the market to raise new capital, fresh capital, to increase and enhance on our investments, and thereby improving on returns to shareholders. So going forward, I think things at Zccm-Ih will be very exciting, and we will continue being innovative and improving the way we are doing things.
Zccm Investments Holdings plc has a long and rich history. It is the successor company to Zambia Consolidated Copper Mines Limited, Zccm Limited, which was formed in 1982 following the merger of Ron Consolidated Mines, RCM, and Nchanga Consolidated Copper Mines, NCCM.
I joined the predecessor to Zccm Investments Holdings, Zccm Limited, in 1979, following my graduation. I was initially posted to Konkola Division, where I worked in various departments undertaking engineering maintenance of machines. I then proceeded to Chambishi Mine, where I worked in the concentrator department initially, and then the underground engineering department. From there, I then proceeded to Nkana Division, where I spent a bit of time working for the concentrator department, maintaining process equipment. And after that, I then transferred to Operations Center in Kalulushi under Technical Services, where I was mainly dealing with capital projects for the group as a whole. Following the privatization of Zccm Limited in 2000, a company called Zccm Investments Limited was formed, and its primary purpose was to be an overseer of government's minority interests in the new mining companies which had just bought the assets of the former Zccm Limited.
Following the completion of the privatization of Zccm Limited in the year 2000, Zccm Investments Holdings PLC was born as an investments holding company with minority interests in several mining entities. The government of the Republic of Zambia owns 87.6% shareholding in Zccm-Ih, with the rest of the shares held by mostly private investors from Europe, Africa, the Caribbean, Australia, Asia, and the USA. It is listed on 3 stock exchanges: the primary listing on the Lusaka Stock Exchange and 2 secondary listings on the London Stock Exchange and Euronext Paris Stock Exchange. Zccm Investments Holdings PLC has shareholdings in a number of companies. It has 100% shareholding in the following companies: Ndola Lime Company Limited, Mawe Exploration and Technical Services Limited, Nkandabwe Coal Mines Limited, Misenge Environmental and Technical Services Limited. It has 50% shareholding in Kariba Minerals Limited, 35% in Mamba Collieries Limited MCL, 20.6% in Konkola Copper Mines PLC KCM, and 20% in the following: Kansanshi Mining PLC, Copperbelt Energy Corporation PLC CEC, and CNMC Luansha Copper Mines PLC. It also has 15% in NFC Africa Mining PLC and Chiwuluma Mines PLC, and finally 10% in Chambeshi Metals PLC, Mopani Copper Mines PLC, and Investrust Bank PLC. In 2012, Zccm Investment Holdings embarked on a 4-year strategic plan with the intention of setting the company on the path to becoming a global, diversified mining investments corporation. Zccm-Ih adopted a 4-tier strategy of leveraging and consolidating its existing investments in the copper mining sector and pursuing other copper assets, diversifying into other minerals, coal, nickel, manganese, silver, gold, rare earths, colored gemstones. investing in mining-related sectors such as the energy sector, hydro, thermal, oil and gas, investing in mining-related manufacturing such as lime, cement, and other mining-related manufacturing business interests. Zccm Investments Holdings plc has contributed $50 million plus towards the construction of environmentally friendly infrastructure at Ndola Lime Company Limited NLC in form of a new vertical clean VK2 and associated infrastructure and a new primary and secondary crushing plant, a blending plant, and a 3311 kV power supply upgrade. NLC operations include both limestone mining and processing operations. The company's strategic objectives during the period 2012 to 2016 are increase shareholder value, resolve the legacy liabilities, reposition the company.
We at Zccm Investments Holdings have developed a 4-year strategic plan running from the year 2012 up to 2016. In this strategic plan, we've highlighted 7 key focus areas, with the first one being leveraging and consolidating our existing investments in the copper assets, but as well as pursuing other copper assets. We believe that the mining sector, specifically the mining of copper, has a lot of potential to grow the company as well as to contribute to national development. We've also highlighted the fact that we need to diversify into other minerals, and in doing so we've incorporated an exploration company which was incorporated in 2012, Mawe Exploration and Technical Services, whose main focus is going to help us to explore different minerals that exist across Zambia. Further than that, we have also focused on investing in related sectors. Other than that, we are actually investing in mining-related manufacturing, such as activities that are happening at Ndola Lime Company. The other strategic focus area is treasury management, where we would like to maximize our investments through ensuring that we make investments that add value to the overall portfolio that the CCM has. We are also focusing on resolving legacy liabilities that were left as a result of the old Zambia consolidated copper mines, and also we would like to focus on repositioning the company so that we can be, we can achieve our vision of being Zambia's major investment company.
Zccm Investments Holdings is run on a day-to-day basis by a dedicated multidisciplinary management team with a diversified but complementary skill set ranging from engineering, economics, project management, procurement, corporate finance, banking, investment appraisal, and management. The company recognizes the important role it continues to play in the future of the Zambian mining sector. For example, it played a leading role in the bringing together of the mining industry, the government of the Republic of Zambia, and tertiary institutions in the historic signing of the Memorandum of Understanding for the Mining Skills and Training Framework.
In contributing to capacity development in Zambia, Zccm-Ih came up with an initiative to coordinate all the mining houses on the copper belt and the tertiary institutions on the copper belt to discuss the various aspects in the mining industry. One of the items that arose from that endeavor on the copper belt was the issue of the scarce technical skills in the mining industry. And from that, Zccm-Ih constituted a technical team comprising of mining experts to conduct a research countrywide and identify the areas of lack in terms of technical skills. After that research was done, a report was done locally, but to compound the findings, the same team undertook study tours in Australia and Brazil. And whatever was learned in those study tours was brought back as initiatives to be implemented back home. And one of the major learnings was the formation of a memorandum of understanding. A team again was constituted, and then the memorandum of understanding, which comprised of the government of the Republic of Zambia, the mining houses as coordinated by the Chamber of Mines, equipment suppliers, and the academia was constituted. The signing of this MOU was done on 6th December 2013.
We at Zccm Investments Holdings also know that we can play a major role in helping those in need and empowering them through corporate social investment and corporate social responsibility initiatives.
In commemorating this year's Women's Day, the Zccm-Ih ladies made donations to Matero Aftercare Center. Amongst the goods donated included blankets, chitenge, mealie meal, and assorted groceries. It was such a joyous moment to see our ladies and men that are in the center really dancing to the little gifts that we had donated to them. We really wish as a company we could do this more often, just to put joy or gladness on the faces of those people at Matero, or indeed the other vulnerable people.
The company is well positioned for the future and will continue to make investments that increase shareholder value and that make strategic sense.
There's an old proverb which I like very much. The one that says that someone sitting in the shadow today is because someone planted a tree a long time ago. It's the same with Zccm Investments Holdings. We are here today because some people made good investments in the past. Indeed, of all the places I've worked for, I would say Zccm-Ih is the most exciting place I've ever worked for. Because every day is different. You come in the morning, you find something exciting to do. I can give you an example. There are days when I find myself traveling to the Copper Belt in the morning to visit an investee company or to do something like a show. I come back in the afternoon, I'm doing something else. So it's a very exciting place to work for. And as our values have described, it's a place which is challenging, is exciting, is innovative, and you're dealing with and working with professionals either here or outside. So Zccm-Ih is a company which, from the legacy, from the past, has a rich history, a rich heritage, and in the future we can look forward to investments that will continue to make sense. Something which really excites me about the future when we think about what's ahead of us, because this year we're celebrating 50 years of our independence. So clearly we need to look at our past, think about what's happening at the moment in our present, and look to the future. So where is Zccm-Ih heading? The most important thing that has happened this year, I would say, is the elimination of the debt that existed on the balance sheet. Now, what that has done for Zccm is it has eliminated that debt, made the balance sheet stronger, and therefore positioned the company such that it will extract the maximum value for its shareholders. So the shareholders of Zccm-Ih, which includes, as you know, since it is listed on 3 stock exchanges, on the Lusaka Stock Exchange, which is the primary market, on the London Stock Exchange, and on the Euronext exchange in Paris. For the shareholders, they can look forward to maximization of their shareholding. So looking ahead, it is an interesting time, an exciting time for Zccm-Ih. The journey has been long, When we look beyond us, we can see very good things ahead of us.
With a team that is hardworking and dedicated and a strategy that looks to maximize shareholder value, Zccm Investments Holdings PLC can look to the future with confidence.